Ever feel like your mind is a TV stuck on static? Noise you can't mute, replaying the worst episodes on loop? Hey, welcome back to Ego and Me. If this one lands with you, tap subscribe and let's figure this out together. Here's Jake, 27, living alone in a tiny cabin outside town after a brutal few years in the city. He moved to get quiet, but quiet, it turns out, didn't arrive. His mind never shut up. He used to work late nights coding apps. Deadlines, panic, the grind. Now he hikes, gardens, breathes, but the thoughts boot up like a browser with 100 tabs. Regret, what ifs, old conversations. It wears you down. One afternoon, a neighbor mentions an old therapist living up on Black Pine Ridge, Dr. Samuel Harrison, not the clinic type, a retired psychologist who grows tomatoes and sits on his porch. Jake laughs it off. Then something cracks. He decides to go. The hike is a real slog. The path twists, his legs burn, his phone dies, which honestly feels like a mercy. By the time he reaches the Ridge Village, the world seems smaller. And there, on a cracked wooden porch, Dr. Harrison is exactly as people said, calm, steady, like someone who'd unplugged from panic years ago. Jake blurts it out. "Doc, my head won't stop." "I'm exhausted. How do you make it quiet?" Dr. Harrison smiles like he's heard worse. "I can show you one trick," he says, "but it's only a trick if you don't practice." He leads Jake to a small garden. Tomatoes, basil, a handful of bees. He fills a glass until the water domes up. Surface tension pulling it over the rim. Walk to the end of the lane and back. Don't spill a drop. Jake thinks it's silly until he tries. Every step matters. Wind tugs a loose leaf. A kid laughs across the street. A truck rattles by. Jake's entire world collapses to the glass. Each foot, each breath. For the first time in months, his mind quiets. Not forced, it simply has something real to do. He returns. Not a drop spilled. Dr. Harrison grins. "Tell me what you saw." Jake realizes he missed the puppy, the bell, the kid's goal. All the small life moments passed by while his mind was elsewhere. The realization lands like a stone in his chest. "So, that fixed it?" he asks. Dr. Harrison smiles deeper. "No, but now you own a tool. It's not the glass, it's the anchor," he explains. The mind chases ghosts. Give it a living thing to hold, and it settles. They practice. First, breathing, slow, counting to 4. Second, feet on earth. Notice the weight shift. Third, listen. Really listen when someone speaks. Each anchor simple, boring even, but brutally effective. Jake feels the pressure drop, little by little. They practice. First, breathing, slow, counting to 4. Second, feet on earth. Notice the weight shift. Third, listen. Really listen when someone speaks. Each anchor simple, boring even, but brutally effective. Jake feels the pressure drop, little by little. Jake goes home. He tries the anchors the next week, breathing in meetings, feeling the steering wheel during a commute, noticing the steam on his coffee. The noise doesn't vanish, but it's quieter, like someone turned down the volume. A week later, Jake returns to the Ridge, not because he needs saving, but to say thanks. He tells Dr. Harrison about small wins. He slept better, he laughed with a neighbor, he noticed a sunset. The old man just nods. Good. Now teach someone else. Here's the thing. Peace isn't a destination, it's a practice. Your glass might be different. Your breath, your bike ride home, a child's laugh. The point is to give your mind something present to hold. If this resonated, try this tonight. Set a tiny task, a glass, a breath, a 1-minute pause. When the noise rises, bring your mind back to that. Practice it. Be kind to your wandering brain. Thanks for being here with Ego and Me. If this helped, like, share, and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, what's your glass? See you in the next story.